His record is such, 16 consecutive winning seasons. Career record, 140 wins and 44 losses. He had a 14-0 season in 2003 when the Hawks won the Class 2A state team title. 8 Ankeny players qualified for state singles, 11 qualified for doubles. 9 conference titles, including the last 5 CIML Central Conference crowns. They will enter the 2012 season with a 28-match winning streak against conference opponents. The Coach of the Year 8 times, but consecutively since 2007, 5 straight years in a row. A good friend of the Hoefles and Ankeny and mine, Tammy Luton, wrote the following piece. Dennis was the heart and soul of Ankeny tennis. He was always a positive and patient influence on the kids in Ankeny, both in the classroom and on the tennis court. He made people love the sport of tennis because of the excitement and joy you felt when you were around him on the court. He was able to build a winning season in Ankeny without any permanent buildings, without any professional help, because he showed the kids how to develop a winning lifestyle on and off the courts. True character. Dennis kept in touch with his high school players during the off season as well, and truly cared about how they were doing in tennis and off the court in life. He truly loved to be around people and help them in any way that he could. Dennis put in so many hours on the courts with his players, teaching, playing with them, and sometimes just listening and talking to them. If you ever wanted to find Dennis on a nice day, the tennis courts were the first place you'd look. I don't think he considered tennis a job. I think he considered it a way of life and a way to pass on something he loved to the kids that he loved. So I'd like to welcome his twin sister, Jenny Henry.
Wow, I think Tammy should have spoke. Thanks, Bunny and CITA. Dennis passed away December 29th, and Bunny asked if I would again. It seemed too soon, but if you have witnessed the last couple of months, you really figure out what an impact he made on everybody's lives. But before that, my recollection of Dennis was at our state doubles. We played mixed doubles together in state years and years ago. And he was trying to tell me what to do. And the second serve, I hit him right in the back of the head. We were told never to play together again after that. Until this last couple of years, we finally got to play, which was a lot of fun in world team tennis. But in all seriousness, with the sudden death of their holidays, we were amazed that 300 people came to the candlelight vigil, and 1,500 people showed up at the visitation, waiting 2.5 hours to get the respects, knowing that so many people didn't wait in line, and 850 people at the funeral. So we were really amazed to see so many tennis players, students, teachers, friends, and they showing up from all over the country. That's when we really began to see the impact. Dennis cared for all of his students. Memory was, he was teaching 6th grade, and he was teaching, they used to break it out in skill levels and he'd only teach one skill level. Well, he had to reapply to be able to see all the kids. And I said, why would you want to go through all that effort and do all that more groundwork to teach all these different kids? And he says, my mission is to be able to try and make every impact on every kid, because they make or break doing good or wrong during that period. And I always joked about it because I thought that's when he started his recruiting, 6th grade. And he excelled at recognizing the potential and encouraging young people to realize their capabilities. It was funny because you'd get cards from different parents and students, and one parent said, he wanted to make every kid feel special, and on their birthday, he would yell on the top of his lungs, happy birthday, to every kid on their day, because he wanted to make sure they had their special day. They were embarrassed, but everybody in the school knew it was their day. Tennis and Dennis. We all want to focus on the winning seasons as coaches, but I think the one that impacted our family the most was his Coach of the Year award, because he, doing that for 8 years, the thing is, we never knew. It was never about Dennis. It was about everybody else. One year in coaching, and Bunny will remember this, he sat his own player at state because of his conduct on the court. It wasn't about tennis. It was about showing respect and acting like young adults. And I remember what an impact and how everybody couldn't believe he did that. But time passed, and I think everybody learned a huge lesson that day. And I think it taught everyone a life lesson. One parent wrote, Dennis took my son from a shy, self-conscious preteen to a confident young man. Dennis wasn't a coach, he was a second father to so many. He kept in touch with all the kids, like Tammy said. If it was a nice day in the middle of the winter, they would call Coach, and Coach would, no matter how busy he was, would shovel off and squeegee to go play. Another parent from Roosevelt, from a competing team, wrote, Dennis was outstanding in his field. While his kids were opponents, he always complimented his kids after every match. He stated that's rare among coaches and called him a class act with a great personality who cared about all the kids, not just his own. Even from our 4-5 women's team, Tammy mentioned it. Tammy said, can I take Dennis home can I clone him? I want to take him home with me because he showed Dennis so much respect. Kathy Mayer's son played a great match in Ankeny again, and he won. Dennis didn't have time to say congratulations, so he texted me to say, make sure he knows he played a great match that day. But Dennis wouldn't want this to be about him again, but I do really need to recognize a few people that are here today. Val, Dennis's wife, it wasn't for you working so hard with Dennis and letting him do what he was so good at, he wouldn't have impacted all the lives that he wouldn't have been able to impact as many lives. I know it was tough, but thank you for being a supportive wife. And again, the other person I know Dennis would want me to thank is my mom. Wow, did you raise a great son. Unbelievable. You deserve a lot of credit. One of the players wrote, you weren't just a teacher, you weren't just a coach, you were an inspiration. You didn't teach us tennis, you taught us never to give up, you kept us going on our worst days, but you were a friend to so many and a hero to so many more. You will be truly missed, but with every stroke we hit, every ball we serve, every game we play will be in your honor. We will make you proud because you taught us to play and to live like champs. Dennis, we love you and you will be missed, but we will do our best to act like you, be a family model like you, and a positive influence like you. We love you. We had 41 years and 332 days together. What a blessing to be your twin. Congrats on a job well done. You won this one 6-0, 6-0.